This little video is to show you how I have made some filtration for filtering small tanks. This first one I'm going to show you is Rubbermaid 150 gallon. We use it as a QT tank for a koi. Right now we don't have anything that needs to be QT'd, but we do have some extra Joaquin goldfish that spend the summer in the outside pond, so they're in here just chilling out for the winter. Back in the corner you can see a little white thing. That is the intake for the pump, and it's taking the water and taking it up through this inch and I guess it's 1 inch hose, pushing the water up, and it's going to go over here into a small pressure filter. This pressure filter has bio balls in it and foam pads that has bio, but it does better mechanical filtration than biofiltration. But it does a decent job. This is a pretty small one, but it seems to work okay on this. I believe Sunterra makes this one. Yeah, this is a Sunterra. This one does not have a UV in it, but these are available with UVs built into them. I got most of these Sunterra filters before they started putting the UVs in them. That's why mine don't. The water also comes out of this, and in the past I had a UV, an external UV hooked up to this line, but I needed to use it somewhere else, so I took it off, and I didn't really need it in here for this small setup anyway. Anyway, it comes across here to this 30-gallon tote, and you can see it goes into the 30-gallon tote down here at the bottom, and comes out of the 30-gallon tote up here at the top. What's in this tote is packaging strapping that is used on cartons. You can see it's full of it under here. It's 1 inch strapping, or ½ inch strapping, and this thing is just stuffed full of this stuff. And on the top I have one of these blue pads. I'm sure you've seen them at aquarium shops in a little smaller size. These are actually furnace filters, and this one's about ready to be changed. It's getting pretty cruddy. But these are actually furnace filters, and you can get them, but be careful, don't get a furnace filter that's got any kind of oil in it. As long as it's just the filter material like this stuff, you're just fine. This is the stuff that they sell in the aquarium stores, a little bit at a time in a package, except it's like really expensive at an aquarium store and you don't get nearly as much for your money. You can see we got some snails growing in here too. I just noticed that. They don't last if they go into the pond. But anyway, this water that's flowing out of this 2-inch pipe has come up from the bottom of this through all this material, and it's coming out here and taking a right angle and going straight back down into the pond. If we come back over here, we see this white pipe coming up. That's coming from that gray pipe that's coming down back into the pond. And I just have it aimed up here so the water is kind of billowing up out of it as it flows back in. Doesn't have to be that way. You don't even need this on here, but I just thought it'd be a good idea. The air that you see boiling up here is a 5-inch air stone laying in the bottom. It's got nothing to do with the filtration system. It's just a normal air stone. To mount this above the tank, I took a piece of plywood and I scribed out the shape of the tank and then cut it out the shape and just screwed it to the edge. I had a piece of rubber liner that I had left laying around here and put that on top of it just to keep some of the moisture down. It didn't work very well. But anyway, that is how we do our filtering for this particular 150-gallon setup. We have a similar setup over here on the 700. I've already spent over 5.5 minutes on this, so I'm not going to go through this as to how this works. But you can see it's basically the same thing. It's just on a much larger scale. Instead of a 30-gallon tote, we got a 55-gallon drum. Instead of that little pressure filter, we got a big pressure filter. And we have a shower filter for a return on this side, and for the 55-gallon drum we come across with a 3-inch pipe as a return for this side. And this is what we end up with. 100 baby Ryukins and bigger Goldies down below. But anyway, that's another story. I just wanted to show you how we are filtering the 150-gallon QT can. So basically, that's it.